What's up, guys? It's the Hunter, the Almighty, and I am going to be doing a tutorial for MCG. And what I'm going to be teaching you guys today, if you haven't looked at the freaking title already, like, come on, why are you clicking on this video if you don't even... It's a unique tutorial on how to use Kdenlive, and I will also be showing you real quick on how to install it in a good majority of Linux distributions. You can even use the source code and compile it onto your Linux desktop on whatever distribution, if that makes any sense. I'm still new to Linux. Don't call me a total Linux guy, nor am I a fanboy. But I have recently, just for a short story, I have recently did a dual boot with my Windows OS, and I have put Ubuntu 13.10 onto my hard drive, and I just want to see how it was, and I actually kind of like it. And this, if I had to say how many times more I've used Windows, I probably use this the entire week, and probably maybe 2 or 3 hours out of the week, maybe twice. So, like 2 hours twice a week, I use my Windows side. It's just, I don't know, I'm guessing people say Linux has come a long way in the desktop world. There are a lot more applications. I do have to use more programs to when I record, and I'm actually going to be showing you on how to yet again, Kdenlive, which is basically right here. It is a free and open source video editing for Linux. There are other ones, but if you want something that is kind of like Sony Vegas graded for Windows and maybe Final Cut Pro graded for Mac, this is it, and let alone it's free to download. You can still donate, contribute. I believe you can also donate to them. Or you can also fix up the code. I'm not sure. I saw a sign about if you want to donate. But anyway, let's go back into it. This is basically a free version on Linux, a video editing software. And if you really want to know what it is, it's basically if you take Final Cut Pro and Sony Vegas, and if they had sex in virtual cyberspace, what a geek am I? And they basically spit it out a program. This is what Kdenlive is. I'm not saying it's the best from Sony Vegas. I'm not saying it's the best from Final Cut Pro, because it has its pros and cons from kind of being together, because I mean it's pretty hard not to compare it being both of them, like Ubuntu basically being very, very similar to a Mac. It's actually not funny how crazy Ubuntu is, and then there's different distributions of Ubuntu if you want it Windows-like. But that's not what I'm doing this episode. I'm going to be showing you how to use Kdenlive if you want to record on your desktop games. Like I've recently on my Minecraft, all my Minecraft video recently, I would say, with starting my Minecraft Rust Rampage, and also my Rust Minecraft Rampage Madness and my Rust gameplay have been on Linux. I also have Steam right here, so I can even show you. And as you can see, I got Minecraft. I also got Hexit. And then if Steam were to open, I guess I gotta update it. Yeah, it's freaking updating. Fuck you, Steam. You are not where I need you to be. I've been basically recording it, and of course, if you are a gamer, I'm not fully going to go onto Linux. As you can see, if I go to my Linux, I have Rust, Garry's Mod, Counter-Strike, and I also play, no, that's actually about it. That's really big: Rust, Garry's Mod, and Minecraft. Those are some pretty big games that I play. And now, if you're a gamer, you're like, well, how do I edit? You don't want some kind of cheap-ass software. And if you're on Linux, you probably should know that there aren't not that there isn't a lot of the same software. There isn't a lot of software. It's just that there aren't many similar software to editing as if you're on Windows. Like if you go from Windows to Mac, you will realize there are different programs for the same purpose. And Kdenlive is probably the goddamn best video editing software for Ubuntu. I'm not even sure if there is other ones. Of course there is. I just hate it. So if you want to install this real quick, if you have Ubuntu, you can just simply go to the Ubuntu Software Center. But that's not how I installed it. I have been having problems with the Ubuntu Software Center because about like a trust packet issue. So you can actually go to Kdenlive. You can go in here, yeah, Kdenlive, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, Kdenlive, you can go in here and you can install it. Like I said, I've been having issues with the software because this is 13.10. even though it says right here, if you go to Ubuntu, you can go to the website, go to Ubuntu, and it says it's for Ubuntu raring, Quail, so on and so forth. But it will support 13.10. That's what I'm using, Sausage Salamander. And you can pause the video right now, and you can literally just go through these steps into the terminal. And this is actually the way how I installed it, which kind of sucked, but I'm actually getting used to the terminal. I had to make a lot of sacrifice while using Ubuntu, but kind of doesn't pay out in the end, but it's a good experience. So what you can do is you can run this command first. That will install the PPA, which basically means that you're allowing this software company in order to download it, so you don't download random crap, which is great about Ubuntu, but also a pain in the ass, so you can't just instantly download something when you know it's safe. Then you can run that, which basically will just update, I believe, could say all your files, and also you can then install it. Actually, what this command will do, it will basically, once it's downloaded, it will install it kind of into the system, the PPA into the system, and then this will actually download the full software, and then you will basically have it on your screen. So once you have that, then you can actually go to your thing and do Kdenlive. And I should also say Kdenlive is also supportive for Mac OS X. So if you want a free alternative software editing that isn't Final Cut Pro, but you want something pretty damn good video editing, Kdenlive is probably the way to go. So I'm just showing you how to use Kdenlive today, and I'm already like 6 minutes into this, so wow, do I go into tangents. So once you have it, you can literally click it, launches, and this is the window that you get. Actually, you'll probably get a small window saying probably video codecs and the type of file types I'll be doing, and also type of windows you want. You can just keep on pressing next, check off video codecs on it, and if you really don't want to, just keep on pressing next until it says close, and then eventually you'll get this window up. And also, what this will say is, what do you want your file settings to look like? And if you're in Sony Vegas, you will know how you want this preview window. This is what it is when you're editing. There is a clip video, so I'll show you that in a minute. A project window and a record. You can actually record with this, like in Sony Vegas, if you want to do like a webcam, basically. But you can press this wrench in order to configure it. So you can do capture if you actually have FMPEG, which is basically a recording software. Right now I'm actually using Simple Screen Recorder. That's what I use my videos. I just hide the taskbar. Wicked good, really wicked good. The sad thing is it's like advanced fraps. It's not like DxTory. But I will show you guys that in a different video. But if you have like a Firewire or a Blackmagic, I am very surprised it supports Blackmagic in general. But you can do a screen grab, but like how I said, I would say to grab something a little bit different if you want to record your face. You can use this program if it is supported, but since there are a lot of hardware conflictions with Linux, the next best thing is JTK UVC Video Viewer, which you can basically record your audio and also your webcam. And then you can add that in. Alright, so what I'm going to show you right now is actually how to edit. So right before it'll probably ask you, it says right here, the name of the project, Untitled, and then it says HD 720p 30 frames a second. That's how it's going to render. But basically what you want to do is you want to match up the settings of your video, the clips that you're going to edit into the video, and also have that going to be rendered. Because you don't want something that's 480p. Actually, you don't want something that's 1080p and render it to 720. It'll actually make the rendering process slower. So that'll basically just prefix it. If guys that use Sony Vegas, you guys know what I mean. In order to actually configure it right, if you haven't done it right away with the startup menu, I'm pretty sure it says it on. Goddamn. So you go to project settings. And this will basically be the video profile. That's basically what it is. So you want to match up your clip with it in order to render, to get the best results when you render. So right now, even though I do have 1080p clips, I'm going to be rendering out in 720p only because that it's quicker, and also I want to upload not gigabit files on YouTube. I still stick to 720p because I do have an awesome gaming computer, but sadly I don't have it good enough in order to render really fast in 1080p and also upload it. So what you can do, if you want to do that, you can do it. Don't worry about the codexes or anything. It's just going to read this as a known file type. You might have to install codexes for it, because in your rendering you might not be able to upload. There is a little trick to that, and I'll show you later on if you get a problem with rendering because you have codex problems. So what you want to do, we're going to be rendering out a 720p video, which is your resolution, and also a 30 frames a second. And then you can just press OK, and you don't need to worry about the rest. So this will be the video window that pops up. If not, something very similar that says video settings or profile settings. Alright, so once you have that done, you're basically all set in order to edit. And what I mean by that is, well, now we gotta go and find the clips that you want. And I did record yesterday, me and Sonic, not yesterday, a couple days ago, of us playing on his Minecraft server, and we were recording some Minecraft footage. So this is actually the recording right now of me doing it live. That was a fail test. I've done this at least 5 times. So this is actually right here. This is where so what you want to do is, if it's on a phone or if you just search for your clip right here. The second thing is that this is probably one of the defaults. I just like Sony Vegas because it has a little clip, and I can just go through the computer and just drag it in. So this is the file that I am going to be editing today. And since I will show you how to record with Linux the best way, how I did. So alright, so it says that your clip does not match your video. I am not going to update it, even though it is 1080p, because I'm not going to be rendering 1080p. But sometimes people may get better result. It all depends on your computer hardware. So I'm just going to press cancel. It's going to be the same. It's modified, but it's fine. But it's modified to the point where it's good. So we can play this right now, and this is clip monitor. The project monitor is what it will see in the tracks below. You have 3 tracks for video, 1 track for audio, and in your video it will also take in tracks that come with the video. So it's not going to automatically divide. Here, I will show you. So we can actually, this is our clip tree, in order if you want to look at clips. So we can just do that. We can play it. Woohoo! So we got Sonic talking in the background, and then we can skip through it here. See what else we did, and this is wow. This is actually a pretty big video.
Wow.
All right.
That. Okay, we go.
So the second thing about me recording is I have to when I record, I also have to record my voice in a separate program called Audacity, which I have right here. And the sad thing is, it's not, it's a little slow, so my recording setup isn't the best, but I will show you what I did. So now, if you guys need to find an audio clip, you literally also have to drag that into, and also, I believe, oh my god, what is this? What is that? I do not know. Hexit? Did I record my voice? What? Oh yeah, right here. Alright, so Minecraft Canon Wave. So this is my voice. That'll match it up. So of course we need some editing. Sometimes you can just, if you really want to, you can just drag this in and just cut it to a shorter length and render it out the same. So what you want to do, which I'm going to do, I'm going to bring down these clips in order to match it. Right there. Oh, that is a video. You gotta make sure if you have an audio file, you want to bring it into the audio file. Alright, so and you can press Control and you can scroll if you want to zoom out. So sadly my voice isn't actually matched up to scale with it, but you know what, whatever, this is just a tutorial. So what you can do is basically you can sync it up. That's the second thing about Linux recording. You have a couple hard time. Also, you know, if you want to take notes, you can do that. That's what the note tab is for. But here's the clip, so if you want to match it up. So this is the clip monitor. You can actually select it. You can also hear my own voice. But Sonic's enjoying himself, and there you go. But also now, if you want to see what's down here, you literally go to the project monitor, which is something I really like. So here we go. So we can start from the beginning. My audio will be decent, but it's fine. So there you go. You know, we got a good test here and there.
Oh, shut up.
So there we go. So I'm going to render out maybe about 10 seconds of this. So maybe if you want to cut it, it's not the same as Sony Vegas, but what you got to do, if you want to actually edit this audio file separate from the video, you can actually right-click the clip and you can do split audio, and then it'll bring it down to a whole different audio track that is available. So now I just got this audio. I mean, it is synced, but if you actually want to, you can actually go click it again, and you can do ungroup clips. And so now you can just edit the graphic by itself, or you can edit the audio by itself. But always remember what to comes from. So you can actually group clips. So you can actually group my voice with the clip. I don't know why that doesn't make any sense, but there we go. Why not? So I'll split the audio again just for demonstrating purposes. So now I got my video. How do I cut it up? Alright, so I'm going to be rendering a 10-minute thing. And also, and this is actually where it'll come in. So if you want to like cut in Final Cut Pro, you actually got to like right click it. There is a shortcut. I think this is R. So Shift R if you want to cut it up. So when you want to like cut it up here, you just can right click on it, or you can do the shortcut of Shift R. I just like using it. So, and also if you want to select multiple tracks in order to move them at a time, you can literally press Control and you can select it. That is also the beauty of what Sony Vegas. So that's also another way how it's similar. So there we go. So we want to move this away, and we just want to work up with this. So if you just want to make a basic video with a transition in, transition out, maybe some text, alright, no problem. So since I want to render this out, let me just be aware that we want to render out this section and not the entire project. And this will make sense later in the video, in the rendering process. So right here, this is the zone. This means the area that I want in order to edit or render. So if I press Control Shift, it'll give me this little arrow. You can click it, and then you can select it to the point where you want it, and then it'll stop once you pass a certain point, because it realized that there is a nice solid line of a clip that has ended. So it'll just click there, and then if you zoom out, you want to grab this end and then the arrow and push it all the way back. So now we have this entire clip synced and cut. So now what I want to do is I want to fade it in and out, so we have an awesome transition. This is a very simple video. You don't have to edit much in order to make a great video. So in order to do this, also if you wanted to shrink the video, you can actually go to the middle of the clip, and once you have that arrow, you can actually shorten it, lengthen it, and also goes for the other side as well. So alright, and like how I said, once I pull back and up to a certain point, it will kind of snap on like a magnet. Pretty weird exaggeration, but there you go. So now if I want to add a transition, so you actually go to the top right hand corner and you can just drag it in to, I don't know, however long you want, but that just means that there is a transition there. And by default, it will actually not show up as anything, but I actually changed my features to have it fade to black. I think actually if there's no other video, it'll automatically fade into black, so you don't have to worry. So this is gonna fade into black. Yeah, this is awesome. So now we can actually see the whole video right now. Sure. Wow! I don't know, Sonic. You seem a little joy happy there. You okay? So there you go. That is our clip right there. 10 seconds of awesomeness, and we got an awesome fade in, fade out. There's also other fade in things. You can actually hover right over the transition. You can right click, and then you can do add transition. And then you have a whole bunch of these options. What is great about Kdenlive, and I'll show you guys in a bit, it does come with actual effects. And not just that, but what I like about it more than Sony Vegas, just a little bit, you can actually just look it up, and I'll actually show you. So if you guys want to add like transition stuff, you can actually go up here. You can go to, I believe, settings, and you can actually download like new wipes, new render files, new project files, new title templates, etc. And you literally can do this, and you can literally get a search thing, and it'll literally search up, I don't know, yeah, like there'll be anything. Let's say clouds. So a wipe is, I believe, from one picture to the next, and that's basically what it is. And this is since it's a 16:9 ratio, it's 1080p, or can support it. So basically, you can literally click this and add it in. Oh, and this is what I just like about it. It's like if you want to search up something like you never had, like sound effects. Let's look up, like you could say new title things. You can search up, I don't know, dragon. I don't freaking know. But the point is that this, unlike any other unlike Sony Vegas and Final Cut Pro, you can actually search up new add-ons, and they're all free. You don't have to pay for any of them. You don't have to worry for shit. And that's also great. And it'll automatically add it in. So let's say I want to have a transition here. You know, fade into black. You know, that's good. Maybe I want the animation a little longer because I want to fade it in. So that'll edit that. You know, make this a little bit shorter. Alright, good. I like this. So this is how you like it. This is your video. This is how it's played. This is how it's going to render. So now maybe you want to add in some text, which is actually considered a title. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so what we were doing, doing transition. So now, how do you add in text? That's a good question, because I actually do like to put text in my videos, just, you know, for lulz. So what you can actually do, actually it'll be considered a clip. So you can't just go right-click in here, unlike Sony Vegas. I really wish it was. That's why I hate it. Not hate it, but you could right-click and you could say add in text. But it's not as bad. What you can do is you can go to the project tree, you can right-click, and you can do add clip. But here's the thing, though. You can add in a color clip, which means if you want to add like a color black background for a green screen, or maybe for a text or something that you're chroma keying, you can actually use that. But we are going to be add a title clip. So this is basically a window will pop up just like this, and it'll ask you title clip. And maybe I want to add text. That's actually basically what it's for. So you can add in credits to your videos, you can add in a title start, you can add in whatever you want that involves text through here. And you can also animate it, and I will show you at the end. Maybe you want it to go like left or right, in and out, or blow up, or shrink. So maybe I'm just going to add in Sonic is crazy. Now my font, your font will basically be Times New Roman or Ubuntu, the default text. I basically edited this, so what you can do, alright, so you get your text on here, you can actually do whatever you want. You can select it, and then you can pick whatever font you want, you can pick whatever color, size, you can size that out, size it, you can change the color of the text, and this will actually be the inside, I believe, right? Yeah, alright, so that'll be the inside, and then you can also add in an outlining. You don't have to, I don't think. Yeah, you don't have to, I don't know how that, but whatever. So you can make it light, you can make it bold. Actually, no, you gotta select the text. Maybe you want to make it light. So there you go, and make it bold, make it darker or something. Oh, wow, why did that happen? But anyway, alright, so maybe, alright, you got your text, you want to move it around though. You can literally just click it, drag it around. So maybe I want it in this upper right-hand corner. You know, why not? I don't know, because I'm weird like that. Alright, so now I got my text. So how do I don't know, Damien, how do you make it, do your thing? So actually up here, when you actually edit in, it'll be 5 seconds. You can add this if you want it to be like 2 seconds, and maybe 2.5 seconds. You know, this is milliseconds. That's not half. This is half. So there you go. Actually, I don't know. I think milliseconds is 100, so we want to add 50. Alright, so that'll be the entire clip length. And maybe I want to add an animation, so we can do edit start. So as you can see, it'll come up with a green kind of thing. So basically, what we can do is we can move this around. So this is actually the screen on where it's going to start, and that's where the text is originally. So if I want it to be on the right hand or over the screen, I just literally drag this to the right upper hand corner. And if I just want to edit the end, and if I want this to be in the bottom, but let's make it 50%. Let's press Control to zoom out. So there you go. And then it also shows you where start is, and I want it to blow up. You can do ratio to make it shrink or small. 200% is smaller. You can actually, I believe, if you do this, you can. Oh no, that's your camera. So there you go. Even I know it. You can even add in a background. Well, you can show the background of the video, so you can get kind of a reference, and then you can actually press OK when you're done. And there you go. You got a clip there. So there you go. I got some text. So now you can clip it on top. Now I just want to warn you that when you go over here, alright, here we go. So I want to edit this. So maybe like at the beginning of my, somewhat in the middle of my video. So there you go. But you do want to know is that if you have text, make sure it is always above the background video, because if it's not, this you will be saying, well, Damien, I don't see shit. Oh, dummy! It's because it has to be on top. It's based off of layers. So there you go. We got transition. We got some text, and we got an end. And we also edited up our video. We synced it up and all that shit. You don't know your fancy editing. So now here comes the end. Well, let's preview the video real quick because we want to make sure the selected area is what we did. So we can check it real quick. So we can see the animation of Sonic doing it. It went from the lower right hand corner and it blew up to the bottom.
You okay?
And I like the ending of that. So now I can pause it and I can also say, alright, I'm done. I selected the render. I've done all my editing. So now how do you render? Well, good question. And also make sure you also save now and then because not that this is actually I've never experienced this crash before, but maybe your computer shuts down. Make sure you do save before you render because maybe there isn't something you like. So you can go right here to the render. You don't have to press any button. Say, all right, I want to render, and now it'll say no matching profile. Don't worry. So it'll come up with this. So you can do destination. You can actually pick your type. You can do file rendering. You can do favorites, DVD format. This is basically your formats. Like I want to do an audio, media players, also lossless, which is a different codecs, and also mobile devices. Well, and also websites. And there is a YouTube one. So maybe you don't like this YouTube one. It's not bad. Maybe remember how I said you can go to settings and look up render profiles? Yeah. There was a reason why I said that. So maybe you can actually type in YouTube. There was actually one I think I downloaded. Sometimes it does take a while. So don't. You can be patient with this. Maybe you can download a different type of rendering codecs or file on there, so you don't have to worry. So back to the render. All right. I don't recommend websites. I always recommend recording it, rendering how you want it. So what I mean by that is you can go to file rendering, and you're probably asking, well, Damien, I have a whole bunch of X's here, and when I click on some, it doesn't say I can select it. So you'll have something probably like this. You have a bunch of X's and you can't select the right because it says not matched codecs. So what you got to do is you actually got to install some codexes. So if you go to the Ubuntu Software Center, you can actually do something called. There are several other codexes. If you've installed VLC Player, which is this audio player, you probably are good. But if not, you can download Ubuntu restricted. Actually, it should be restricted. Restricted. No, alright, maybe just type in codecs. But basically, the beginning, if you didn't install, alright, so Ubuntu Restricted Extras, install that, which has a whole bunch of codexes. It'll install Flash, Java, if you haven't already. And that'll actually unlock a very fair amount of it. But if you're still like me, you're on 13.10, you'll have an issue. So what you do is you do have to go into your web browser and you'll have to install the remaining codexes for it. Actually, you can Google it. There is a thing, I think it's called Codex Ubuntu. And this is basically a pack that has a lot of codexes in it. And if not, you can also download SM Player, which actually had the majority of the codexes that I render with. You really shouldn't be worrying about other codexes if you're not rendering it in like. I don't recommend rendering it in that, but so when I render out my videos, I pick MPEG-4 only because it's going to render into an MP4 file, and you can pick whatever audio you want. So I want an MPEG-4 with AAC audio codecs or an MPEG-3, which this is actually quite like. But maybe you want something that is a little bit better, so you can pick this. But I recommend MPEG-4, and it's going to render out how your profile settings are. So if you're on 1080p, well, you're going to render out in 1080p. And if you did 720p, 30 frames, that's what you're going to render out too. So now you got to decide where you want the output file. So if you open up this folder, you can just go through your entire hard drive. So I got 1.4, which is partitioned out of my 3 terabyte. You can just go here. I want to do this in home. Actually, I want to do this in recorded videos, YouTube, HunterLord, rendered videos, this is actually where I render up my files. So see, this is actually all the Minecraft videos that I've rendered out, and I'll just call this test_1 for you guys. And we're going to be rendering out an MP4, which is an MPEG file, and I want audio to be MPEG 3. I believe that's what I do. So there you go. You have your file type, you have that, your file type, your audio type, where you're going to save it, your rendering queue. And now, also what you got to do is now you want to do the video. So now, if you want to record the audio, majority of the time, by default, would be 128. For my audio on my microphone on Windows, I picked 192, only because it's a condenser microphone. I recommend 192. But if you got a webcam mic, which is actually what I'm recording off of right now, keep it on 128. Kind of keep everything default. Make sure you do export audio automatic. Always check it if it doesn't say that. So export audio, it'll export it, because you can actually just render out just the video of it. So you can go to bitrate, just keep it all the same. So now, encoder threads, this is why I like it, because you can actually pick however cores you have. So I have a total of 6 cores. I want all my cores on it. I don't recommend it. I recommend at least saving 1 core to do 5. But since when I'm just web browsing, I can just let it do that. But if you're playing video games, give it like a decent amount, like 4. So that's the actual way I like it. That's how many cores I want it to render to. And also, if you actually want good rendering, you can press 2-pass, which I believe it's where it renders it more correctly and also more graphically, which is a lot better. I do recommend 2-pass. I don't have it checked off because it's a waste to me. And then you can do play after render. You can also do overlay. And then remember how we have our zone selected? Full project means the entire editing thing. You want to press selected zone if you have that blue bar selected at a certain position. So there you go. You have all your things set up. You can press render to file, and we can just wait it. What I like about this is actually renders so close to real time, it's not even funny. Well, compared to Sony Vegas, like I said. So in 15 minutes, it rendered out a 10-second. In 15 seconds, it rendered out in a 10-second file. For editing, that is actually pretty fucking good. And I believe I did 4 cores on this, or did I do 6? I did it on all 6. So, and then you can go to your job queue, and then it can say, well, alright, so you just rendered out. You can actually have multiple files rendering at a time, which is awesome. But I don't recommend it unless you have certain threads to certain files. So maybe like 3 per video, 3 per video. Well, there you go. I don't know why you would do that, but so there you go. You can actually shut it. I don't recommend doing that. So once you're done, you can clean it up. And that'll get rid of everything. Or you can remove a job selected. So close. So now you can actually go to where you have saved it, which I believe I can just go to recorded. I can go to videos. I can go to YouTube, etc., etc. I do recommend making everything organized. So this is the video that we just edited. It's 10.2 megabytes. Oh, wow, that's actually pretty big.
Sure.
Wow!
I don't know, Sonic. You seem a little joy happy there. You okay?
And that is our video. So thanks guys so much for watching this tutorial. If you guys have any comments or any other tutorials, I am still learning this just as much as you are, but over time, the more you use it, the more you play with it, you will learn a lot more. Download addition, more add-ons, whatever you want. If you want me to do a certain tutorial on a certain aspect in Kdenlive, tell me in the comments. Of course, I know this is to a certain audience. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to MCG, and also please subscribe to my channel. It'll be in the description below. And I will see you guys later. Hopefully you had enjoyed this. And I'm signing out. See you guys later.